And the jury is now in place for the Delphi murders trial. 12 jurors and 4 alternates, all chosen from Allen County. That group will decide if they think the prosecution has proven its case against the suspect, Richard Allen, beyond a reasonable doubt. Allen tonight is charged with killing teens Libby German and Abby Williams more than 7 years ago. Our Samantha Johnson has been in Fort Wayne today, and tonight she's breaking down the biggest developments inside the courtroom and tells us what's next for this case that has captured international headlines.
That is certainly the headline of the day from Allen County. We now have a full jury in the Delphi murders trial. In fact, we only have one more day here in Allen County. That's coming up on Thursday when the jury will be officially sworn in. Now, the judge today told the entire courtroom that Richard Allen is to stay in Allen County until his jury is sworn in. In fact, today was the second day in a row we saw him in street clothes. Today it was khaki pants, a baby blue shirt. It seemed as if he was very engaged in the process with his defense attorneys, taking notes, asking questions throughout the entire day. Ultimately, in the courtroom today, they selected 4 women and 2 men to serve, all from Allen County. They'll be moved to Carroll County coming up on Thursday. So Wednesday is a day off. Thursday is when the jury will be sworn in and moved to Carroll County. The judge is also expected to address several outstanding motions on Thursday before this trial can get underway on Friday morning in Delphi, Indiana. The judge was also very clear today that this trial is expected to take about a month. The end date right now coming up on November 15th. In Allen County, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
All right, so let's talk about some of those other big developments in court today. So during questioning, one of Allen's defense attorneys mentioned a hair was found in one of the girls' hands. He said it was not Richard Allen's hair. And now there's also an effort to block the jurors from seeing the suspect sketches released in this case. The first sketch, you probably remember, came out 5 months after the murders of the 2 girls in 2017. The second sketch, which is this one, came out in 2019. The prosecutor says they could prejudice and mislead the jury. He also says they are no longer relevant because they were not used to identify Richard Allen. So right now you can watch our special on the Delphi murders trial. It is streaming 24/7 over on WTHR Plus. You can also get caught up on all the major moments and developments in this case since 2017. WTHR Plus is a free download. You can get it on Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and Roku. Tonight at 11, there are rising concerns about the needs of people experiencing homelessness here in our city. As these temperatures begin to change, these organizations tasked with providing shelter and assistance tell us those needs are only going to grow. Tonight, our Logan Gay shows us how these groups are coming together to make sure that they can support each other and the Hoosiers without a place to stay.
Shelters in the Indianapolis area are struggling to keep up with the demand for housing, but tonight they united to discuss what they can do to make sure no Hoosiers get turned away. As the seasons begin to change, now is the time that service providers start their winter contingency plans for people experiencing homelessness.
There is an effort to provide safe places for people to go who might otherwise be sleeping on the street.
For more than 30 years, Wheeler Mission has provided shelter for the majority of them. But as the numbers continue to rise, mission leaders say they cannot continue to successfully meet that need in the same way.
So we needed to reach out to the community and ask for support in meeting this need and meeting it well.
This room full of service providers are answering that call. They came together to develop ideas for solutions to bridge the gap for homeless families this winter. Tiffany Walls with the Salvation Army says they're also seeing the overwhelming need.
Because of how things are going in the economy today, it's just really hard for people to stay housed. And we're just seeing so many more people, a lot of people with children, a lot of pregnant women with children.
While this group is working hard to do their part, some are calling on state lawmakers to act.
They need to work on it, and we're all trying to get their attention.
Gore says Tuesday's brainstorming meeting is a good step forward, but now they have to turn it into action.
I think you saw creativity. I think you saw collaboration. But to be honest, at the end of the day, we don't have a solution yet. At this point, there is not an overflow option identified for families beyond the typical shelter capacity.
Until then, the clock is ticking. Right now, Willard Mission is at 98% capacity at its shelter for men, 85% capacity in emergency shelter services at the Center for Women and Children, and at 100% capacity for families at the Center for Women and Children. In Indianapolis, Lucan Gay, 13 News.
We saw a 74% drop in crashes. The year prior, there were 30 crashes in 90 days. With the experiment in place, we saw 8 crashes.
Barriers improve safety in this neighborhood on the east side of Indianapolis. And now that project is spurring city leaders to redesign the busy 10th Street corridor. Neighbors in the Community Heights area put up those barriers in the middle of 10th Street last year between Arlington and Emerson, an experiment to slow cars down and stop reckless driving. This temporary solution was an early tactical urbanism project in our city. Indy leaders tell us it gave them important information and allowed them to create plans for possible solutions.
This would be the first tactical urbanism program that a community organization has done in Indianapolis that's going to lead to a major full-scale redesign of their roadway.
The city of Indianapolis set aside millions of dollars in next year's budget for this project. Indy DPW plans to start the design phase next year. They'll also have plans to hold meetings with neighbors to get input and feedback. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. A teenager hurt in a hit and run on the far east side of Indianapolis has died from his injuries. Tonight, the coroner confirms 14-year-old Wilberto Rivera III died yesterday. He was hit last Thursday night on Cumberland near 10th Street. Police say Rivera was riding his bike when he was hit. If you have any information about this case or the driver involved, please reach out to IMPD. A second former IU basketball player tonight is coming forward alleging sexual assault against longtime team physician Brad Bomba Sr. In a new lawsuit against the university, the former player says he played for the Hoosiers in the 90s, saying he was abused by Bomba Sr. under the guise of medical examinations. IU has confirmed tonight it is investigating after a first player came forward last month. Tonight, we know the name of the man who was killed over the weekend here in downtown Indianapolis. Police say 33-year-old Tommy Paget Jr. died after suffering traumatic injuries. Officers found his body near Illinois and Georgia Sunday night. Police initially thought Paget was shot, but later revealed he died from something else. We want to remind you about a major interstate closure affecting thousands of drivers. All of the southbound lanes of I-65 are closing tonight between West Street and Alabama Street. Crews are completing bridge and joint repairs. This closure is expected to last 16 days. We've got all the detour information posted right now on WTHR.com/Scene on 13.